These are my confessions. If I'm gonna tell it, then I gotta tell it all.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stacy and you are joining me here on Curly Roots.
I dare you to work on yourself for 6 months. I dare you to shut out the world. I dare you to shut out all the distractions. I dare you to give up everything that is keeping you from your dream. I dare you!
So this week I want to talk about mistakes. And we all know what mistakes are. They're literally actions that's misguided or wrong. So I really just want to go ahead and share with you guys the mistakes that I can remember that I made. I feel like if you are making mistakes, you should be growing and learning from your mistakes. So the first mistake I want to talk about is being too carefree and free-spirited. This caused me to miss a lot of signs and a lot of steps. So I had to kind of retrace my steps multiple times before I learned like, you might not be doing this correctly. It caused me to even get hurt because I missed the signs. I wasn't able to pick up on the red flags. I was just too carefree and too nonchalant about stuff and not seeing and recognizing danger. Allowing people to change me in a negative way. Because when I migrated to this country at the age of 6 years old, I was bullied so badly in school. I was bullied to the point that I was scared to go to school and I would cry and beg my father, please don't let me go to school, daddy. The kids don't like me. I remember when one girl, she slapped me in the face and she spat in my face. Like she cocked up a big one and she spat right in my face. And I remember them like teasing me and bullying me, and I just cried. I didn't even retaliate it. I didn't do anything. So thankfully things happened over the summer and we end up moving and I end up going to another school. But when I got to this school, it's like the first day into the school, it's like this one girl. She came over out of nowhere. Like I'm sitting down at the lunch table, minding my business. She came out of nowhere and she literally was like, yo, you're ugly, you're this, you're that, blah, blah. Like just being really mean. And I'm like, oh no, we're not doing this anymore. So I was so fed up. I'm like,
it's the first day of school, I don't care, I'm going to fight her.
So she was like, oh, I'm gonna slap you, I'm gonna this. So I told her, I said, I dare you to slap me. That's the first time I ever stood up for myself. And I didn't even know I could fight. So she slapped me. And I don't know what happened, but all I saw was black. Man, I beat that girl so bad in the lunchroom. I beat her up so much. I do not recommend violence, y'all. I do not recommend violence. And something in me at that time, it snapped, it switched in my mind. And after that, I just became this really aggressive, angry girl. So I started fighting everybody till it got to the point where I started bullying people. So I went from being bullied to now I'm the one that's bullying. You know what I mean? Don't let people change you. Because of my bullying experience, I became this really angry and mean person. And I'm not. I hated my mother. I did not like her. I wished that she was dead throughout the years, which I am so sorry for. Mom, I'm very sorry. You know, my mom and I, we had our issues. We had our differences. And there was a lot of things that we had to go through to get to where we are now. And I thank God for my mother every day. I wish I didn't spend those years hating her, because I felt like we would have been tighter than what we are now. I felt like we would have been cooler and closer. I felt like I missed a lot of years. I hated her because I didn't understand. And I hated her because I wouldn't accept the reality of what it was. And I was young and I had to go through a lot of things by myself without my mother. And the more disappointment I faced growing up, the more I hated her for her absence, not knowing that it was beyond her control and mine. So that was one of the, that's a great mistake. Like, yeah, I wasted a lot of years hating my mother. And I felt like it robbed me so much. But I'm working on it. We are working on it. We are getting better. We're more of a friendship type of relationship, not so much like mother-daughter, because I felt like we missed it. We missed those chunk of years but I still know that the dynamic is there with that is my mother. And I love my mother. I do not hate my mother anymore. My mother is a really nice person, and I do respect my mom. Shout out to my moms. So this one now, I'm getting a little juicy. Waiting on a guy for 7 years. I really like the guy. I really thought we could work out. I really thought he was the guy for me. Like, he wrote the most beautiful poems. I even have like poems that I've written to him because I thought I was gonna be with him forever. Turned out that it just wasn't the will of God. There would be times when he's ready and I'm like, nah. And there would be time when I'm ready and he's like in a relationship. So I really watched this guy get into 3 relationships and ended 3 relationships, and I waited and waited for each of those relationships to end. So that brings me to the part about trying to make God change his mind. God is not going to change his mind. This is a no. It's a no for a reason. If it's a yes, it's a yes for a reason. So I had to learn that. Not knowing my worth.
Let me tell you something. Know your worth. Know your value. Know what you bring to the table. Because if you don't know, you're going to allow people to give you what they think you're worth.
That is a big one, because I spent a lot of time not knowing my worth, not realizing the price tag that I should be putting on myself. My price tag should have been way up there. I didn't know who I was as an individual person, and I tolerated all type of crap. Case in point, waiting on a guy for 7 years, watch him go in and out of 3 relationships. Now I've done a lot of dumb things, and I said that I've done a lot of dumb things because I just simply didn't know my worth. I'm telling you, teenagers out there, I was 16. I met the guy at 16. I thought I was gonna marry him. Know your worth. Don't sit around waiting on nobody. So me not knowing my worth, I've never told any of my friends this. And like I said, when this video idea came to me in the bathroom, the thought also came like, you gotta be real, you gotta be transparent if you really want to change lives out there. You really want to speak to people, be real. So I am gonna be real, and I'm gonna say, like, one of my mistakes that I've made was sending nudes. Yep, I did it. I send nude pictures. Yep, I'm the guilty one. I am very guilty of that. Do I feel bad about it? Of course. Did I regret it at the time? Not at the time, but after, yes, I did regret it, because I felt like now this person is gonna always have that picture of me. This person is always gonna have that image in their mind about me. So I became very conscious. When this person see me, they're gonna always see me how I look without clothes. So yes, I sent nudes, and none of my friends know that, and they're gonna watch this video and they're gonna know that Stacey sent nudes. That's why now I'm really more intentional about like who I'm talking to, where my relationships going, are they just going in circles, what are we doing with this? I don't have time to waste. So I'm very intentional about it. Like I'm in. Once I'm in. So you gotta let me know what you're doing, because the moment you start to like, I'm out. I'm not doing it. I've done too many of those. Sending nudes, I'm not doing it. So yes, I'm very tired. I'm a very tired 30-year-old now. I've done my mess, I've done my junk, and they have definitely shaped me into the woman I am today. So put me on the nude list, because I have done that. Have I learned? Yes. Sweating the non-important stuff. Like, I always sweat stuff. Like, growing up, I would sweat everything. And then you ask yourself now, was it important? Was it that deep? No. If it's not that deep, I just don't care about it. If it's causing too much issue, just let it go and move on. Like, I'm not gonna invest and waste my time into it because it doesn't make sense. Say you're like 15. By the time you get to 20, it's not gonna be that deep. So don't sweat it. Don't worry about it. If it's not that deep and it's not a life and death situation, just ignore it. It's not that deep. My last mistake would be not living sooner. I felt like I wasted a lot of times not living in the moment. I worried about everything. Just like I was saying, I used to sweat the small stuff, and I worried about everything and everyone and every situation, and it robbed me of the present moment. Like anything I want to do, I'm just going to be doing it. Period. I'm 30 and I want to live. I've made my mistakes. I've done my wrong. Now I just want to live. I just want to be happy. I just want to live a fulfilled life. And that's what I'm going to do. So those are my mistakes. I'm a sinner saved by grace. I'm not perfect, nor do I pretend to be, or I want you to think I am. I've made my mistakes, but that doesn't stop the Lord from loving me, and that is why I love Jesus every day more and more. So you can take these things, you can do whatever you want to do with it, but I've let them go, I've released them, I've grown from them, and I hope this encouraged you guys to be bold and share your mistakes, own your mistakes, and let yourself free from your mistakes to be the best individual you can be to society and to yourself and to the kingdom of God. Once again, I'm gonna leave you there with those few mistakes that I could remember, and if anything else pop up, I might do a part 2 to this video. So don't forget, guys, to be bold, to be free, to be fearless, and I'll catch you in my next video.
Now that the stars have found their place, even the sun